Welcome. Today I'm going to be walking on the north part of Columbus, Ohio, where I'm going to be checking out the short north, Goodale Park, historic Victorian Village. Then we'll head down High Street and back to the convention center, and I can't wait to show my new food discovery up in the Italian Village. So let's get started. So we'll start here at the Greater Columbus Convention Center, home of the Arnold Schwarzenegger statue where he won his first Mr. Universe competition. I was in town for a volleyball tournament and did this walk between the games I was watching. Now the convention center sits on the site of the old Columbus Union Station, and right next to the convention center is the site of the historic Todd Barracks, which was built back in 1863 during the Civil War and could accommodate up to 5,000 soldiers, and it was used as a dispatch to different sites of the Civil War. Okay, so I'm going to start my walk here at the North Market, which, by the way, is a fantastic place to visit and pick up some food. It's only a block and a half away from the convention center. Next stop will be Goodale Park and access to Victorian Village, and then the walk down High Street to return to the convention center. Goodale Park is a 37-acre site that was donated by Dr. Lincoln Goodale in 1851. When the park opened in 1852, it was the second largest municipal park in the country, only behind Boston Common. There's some Civil War history at this park as well. From April to June of 1861, this was used as a staging area for new recruits for the Union Army. After June, that staging area was moved 4 miles to the west, and the property was returned to the public as a park. During the 1970s and 1980s, the park became unsafe and unmaintained. But however, the Friends of Goodale Park were formed in the late 80s and helped bring the park back to life. When a streetcar line ran down Neal Avenue for the first time in the early 1900s, Victorian Village was established. The neighborhood blossomed in the 1800s, with the streetcar connecting The Ohio State University to downtown Columbus and Victoria Village being right in the middle. Hubbard School, the neighborhood's elementary school, opened up in 1895. And as we head over to High Street, we can head through the short north. Now, one of the cool things about High Street are these 17 arches that replicate the arches that were originally built in 1888. Now, the original ones were wooden, but they were used to light the streets, and Columbus became known as the Arch City. And in 1896, the wooden arches were removed and replaced by steel and electric arches. But they only lasted about 20 years and they were taken down in 1916. But these arches were erected in 2002 and add a historical significance. This sculpture on the corner of High Street and Hubbard is fairly new, erected in 2021 and created by artist Mark Regelman. It celebrates the great makers of the city of Columbus. This meaningful piece of art adds so much to the area. The short north is considered a model for urban revitalization, as it wasn't so long ago, the 1970s, 1980s, that it was known for crime. It wasn't such a great area, and it has since been revitalized. The short north got its name back in those earlier days of the 70s and 80s when police and taxi cab dispatchers called that area the Short North. It was north of downtown and just short of the University District that surrounds Ohio State University. And today, the Short North is one of the city's most vibrant areas. In fact, a majority of the businesses, restaurants, art galleries are all locally owned. Back for some more volleyball before getting a bite to eat. The Bud Dairy Food Hall was a great find for this trip, and it is ranked in the top 5 food halls in the United States by USA Today. The building opened in Victorian Village back in 1916. They expanded the building in 1921, and by 1925, the Bud Dairy Company was delivering to 25% of the Columbus, Ohio population. By 1934, Borden had purchased the building and the dairy and kept that going until 1967 when it closed. It sat abandoned until 2017 when renovations began and opened in 2021, and is just a great place for food with plenty of options. As a lobster lover, you can pretty much guess what I had. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Every step taken is a step in history. See you next time.